All right. 3, 2, 1. Hail Satan. And that is a quote from Bigfoot Exorcist. Welcome back to Nefarious Reels. I'm the Bigfoot himself.
And I'm the Exorcist. Like the
Coming
entire
back for a
movie.
fifth time.
Yep. Exorcist 5. The Return of Bigfoot.
Yep. For the another go around.
What is
Yep.
this? Some kind of Bigfoot exorcist? That's gonna be the
Whoa.
tagline of the movie of the Exorcist 5. The Bigfooting.
Yep, we're Nefarious Reels. We're a podcast talking about bad movies.
And we saw two of
And
them.
yep, we saw 2, and I guess we can go already to the retro pick, which was mine.
It was yours.
Obviously, I'm not Bigfoot, I'm Cole, so
Are you sure?
I think I'm sure. But yes, we are gonna talk about the retro pick, which is mine. And it is the 1988 masterpiece, Killing American Style, from the director Amir Shervan, who also has directed, another movie we've talked about on the podcast,
Hollywood Cop.
but
That
he's
was
also directed Samurai Cop. So
man. How long ago was Hollywood Cop? That'd be like.
Hollywood Cop, I think it was like in the first 10 episodes, I think.
I mean, I could probably check real quick because I do actually have
It
the
was
list up.
it was early from what I remember.
Let's see. One.
It's got to be within the first 10.
Yeah, episode 7.
Holy shit.
So yeah, it's definitely been like a long while. Technically, Hollywood Cop lost to Thanksgiving, so we'll see if history ends up repeating itself.
We'll see. But yeah, I mean, but he's back, and this movie stars Robert Zadar, who's back from Samurai Cop, which we didn't talk about. We talked about its squeakquel, Samurai Cop 2, Electric Boogaloo, Deadly Vengeance. But yeah, Robert Zadar's back. He's another criminal killer guy named Tony Stone. His brother, his uncle, who's a cop in Samurai Cop, they are trying to get some money from their mom. They hold a family
money
hostage
that
at
they
their ranch.
stole, escaped from prison, and now want their mom to bring them the money. Mom, can you bring us some money, please?
Yeah, Mom,
we
can
just
you
go
bring us
to
some money,
prison.
please? We're broke. Mommy,
and they're
please.
like, oh, sweetie, of course I will. Because their mom's Squidward.
Yep.
I'll get the
Okay,
money
yeah,
after
let me go
my
back.
clarinet recital.
All right, can I explain the plot,
Yeah.
please? Okay. So yeah, they get money from mommy because they're desperate. After they shot up they shot up a police station, and then they took a family hostage at a ranch, and then they hold them hostage until that money comes. And that's basically the plot, really. So what'd you think about this movie, honestly?
I thought it was, okay by like Nefarious Reels standards. I mean, in compare, but then again, considering what we watched like last week, like literally anything would have probably been better than fucking it. Like considering last week was Deathstalker 3, Chihuahua 2, and Yoga Hosers, like literally anything would have been better than last week.
Yeah, anything is gonna really be better than that.
Like, oh my god, a thing like actually happened in this movie. That already by default made it
Like,
better than the previous 3.
Something happens like the entire runtime.
Oh yeah, oh my god, something of like minor interest happened. Oh my god. Well, let's get the first thing out of the way. That fucking chin. Oh my god. Like I know that's just his face, but it's just like I feel bad, but it's just like it's so distracting because it's like so
He's got
angular.
He's the Crimson Chin himself.
He's like he's fucking the polygons on his face just like became like PS1 graphic.
I don't know. I think the chin's very
attractive.
Yes, it's hot.
It was like a fine wine. It just got better with time.
It's gotten better with age. Exactly.
Yeah, first you're like, oh my god, what's that chin? But the end of the movie is like, oh yeah, take that kid hostage. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Let's hold this kid hostage for ransom, for money.
Well, not for money. I mean, like at the very end of the movie. Spoilers. We're already jumping to the end of the fucking movie
Oh,
discussion.
sorry.
When he's trying to escape and he takes Fernando, that like
Mhm.
Gardner's son that they killed earlier in the movie to establish how bad
Yeah.
of dudes they are.
Hmm.
Yeah, I was referring to that. He's just like, okay, let's fight. Mano y mano, no guns. So we can show how
No
cool our
guns.
main character is.
Only fists.
But that's
But,
that's getting a little too far ahead. We should
let's.
start from the
Yeah,
beginning.
went way too far ahead. Let's go back to the beginning, which was honestly the best part, I would say. For me personally, because once it like gets to the hostage situation, it just
That's when it
quote
just
unquote hostage situation, it kind of
it
stalls
definitely
until the end.
slows down completely until the very end when everything goes batshit
Yep.
insane. I agree too. I didn't realize it was a police station though when you said it. I thought they were robbing like a fucking like ice cream like van, but because there were all those ice cream
But there were,
vans like right outside
yeah,
this
but I
place.
guess they were supposed to be cops, so
Maybe it's like an
yeah,
undercover like sting or something.
maybe something like that.
Like, oh, it looks like we just have all these ice cream trucks here. With Clint Howard, and we have Clint Howard in the back secretly making ice cream, so like no one knows any better.
It's grenadine
Yep.
for
And
my
then all
ice cream treats.
yeah, and then all the cops are like in the other room being like, "Ooh, we're undercover cops." This is the Ice Cream Man sequel.
Yep.
Hold
Yeah,
on.
this is the secret Ice Cream Man sequel that no one knew about.
Wait, hold on. Let's see. So, Killing American Style, 1988. The Ice Cream Man. Fucking. I have like the other list up, so I'm trying to fucking figure out when the hell we recommended
okay.
that shit. I have the chronological list, so I have to figure out where I.
Oh, you got the chronological, not your ranking?
Yeah,
Okay.
not my ranking, because then I could have just scrolled up. Okay, Ice Cream Man's 1995, so technically, Ice Cream Man is the sequel to Killing American Style.
Oh, gotcha. It's the squeakquel.
Yeah, like the only way he was able to become the Ice Cream Man was to run that business that's secretly run by undercover cops. It's like a reverse like mob money laundering business. Except for this one, it's undercover cop business pretty much. And then like the collapse of the business when it got robbed by the people from Killing American Style, that's what leads him to go insane and become the titular Ice Cream Man from 1995.
Okay.
So no,
gotcha.
just establishing the proper lore for our audience to understand, because it has been a while since we've talked about
because
Ice Cream
every
Man.
movie obviously is connected with the Nefarious Reels verse.
In Nefarious Reels verse, every movie is connected in some way. That the fucking
in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah, like one day I'm gonna connect all the darts together like in a huge chart. Like that'll be like a special video in and of itself. It's just me explaining how everything's all connected.
Yep.
Like anything that
It'll
doesn't
just be exactly like the Pepe Sylvia situation from It's Always Sunny.
Yeah. Like anything that I can't somehow connect, I could just say, "Oh, this is like an Evil Bong universe thing." Like, you know how there's the Evil Bong world? I could just say, "Oh, it's part of that." That's how they're connected together.
Yeah, it'll exactly explain everything. So.
Yeah, see, the Evil Bong series turned out was actually good for something to connect everything together. It's like the Marvel multiverse
Charles
thing.
Band did do something for good, actually.
Charles Band knew
asshole.
exactly what he was doing when he was making the Evil Bong cinematic universe.
That piece of
shit. It was for all that. I mean, to be fair, he did make
asshole.
Evil Bong 1 and 2. We actually like those ones.
Yeah, we like those ones, but they're really kind of tainted by the cancer that is all the other ones.
That is true. But once again, we're getting ahead of ourselves here. We're supposed to be talking about a film we actually kind of like.
Let's go back to the beginning.
Right.
When it was actually a good movie in Killing American Style. Before, Samurai Cop and all that. But, so the opening credits start like Samurai Cop. It starts like some kind of 80s, typical 80s movie with video game music, I guess.
Yeah, kind of.
And it's got like
Black
this same
background,
kind of
white
credits.
text.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it starts off like that, and then and then you go into some dance audition. I think it was.
Yeah, it's like a showgirls esque
It was
dance
like
audition.
like a showgirls esque strip tease because they didn't show actual full bare breasted boobs or
Lame.
ass. So
The guy's just like, oh my god, these ladies keep stripping in front of me. I just want them to dance normally. What the fuck?
yo, what the fuck?
Eh,
This is disgusting. Don't show your
I do
don't.
not need your filthy harlot tits in my Christian dance studio.
Oh, absolutely repulsive.
But then he's just like, okay,
But
fine,
you
I'll have
didn't
sex
shove
with you
your ass in my
guys.
face, so that's okay. Because I didn't coom. That makes it Christian.
No,
Exactly.
that's how it is. Is like, but he gets pulled into the crime. He's just like, yo, Big Chin Tony wants you to be part of his cool guys club to pull off this super epic heist on the ice cream stand.
Before Clint Howard obviously clocks in, before Clint Howard punches in, that's the time we need to get.
Yeah, before he punches in, we're gonna go in and punch everyone else out.
Exactly. And then, they pull off the heist, they shoot some people, and then they, unfortunately, at some point, get arrested because the cops are like, hey, this happened at this police station.
It's so funny how they figure it out because they have they have the one insider guy. He's like, "Oh yes, Mister Big Chin Tony, all the money's in there and everything's gonna be cool." There's only like two guys there, and after they blast up the place and steal the money, their insider guy shoots off the gun. I guess maybe for like a signal or something, and he just gets caught. He's like a guy walks up and sees him and gives him like this disappointed look. He's like, oh, police officer guy. He's like, I guess I'm caught.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, oh man, you got me,
Yes.
guys. Yeah, and then they just capture him. He's just like, oh, he lives here. He's like, oh, I gotta skedaddle, I guess. Bye bye. And then he just gets caught, which is kind of pointless, really.
Yeah.
Them getting captured doesn't really amount to anything. You could probably just cut that out and have them like on the lam, just going into hiding.
Yeah, they could have, I don't know, ran away, maybe run away from the cops and then, go to the ranch. But I guess they thought that, oh, if they get caught, but then the brother and their uncle helps out with
Uncle Looney.
Infiltrating the bus that they're on to go to the prison that they were going to go to, then it would be interesting.
I guess.
Because that's obviously what happens. And then, they shoot the cops there, and then they get in their RV truck, and then they go to the ranch then, where they're for the rest of the movie.
I think a missed opportunity is you could have had some of the prisoners join them. I mean, the thing is, because they have, like, the whole crew in, so I guess, that would bloat the cast too much. Especially since how many more characters keep getting added as time went on. But I feel like, you have
true.
all these, like, prisoners, and, like, nothing happened. In fact, the prisoners escaping didn't, like... All the other prisoners escaping didn't really matter that much, instead of just the handful of guys that made their escape to that family ranch,
Yeah, what happened to those prisoners?
I don't know. I guess they just went to, like, the nearest strip club, and then that was also an undercover police joint, too?
Maybe.
Like, just so happened, so it worked out.
Yeah, maybe it was an undercover police stop, and then they got arrested again. They're like, fuck.
I mean, think about it, when they went to that
again.
I mean, later on when they go to the motel, it's like there's all police just all there already there too. Maybe in this universe, like every business is just secretly an undercover like cop place.
It's like an undercover police sting.
It's like a clown car. They just keep showing up everywhere.
Some cop or detective as a worker, just going, "Hello, sir or madam. I'm totally not a police officer. You can see I have no badge on me."
Yeah, exactly. Also, I swear, the ranch they go to, it's like the same one from Hollywood Cop. Like, I
It
swear that,
honestly probably was.
like, that's the
Let's be
first
fair.
big shootout in Hollywood Cop. I'm confident that is the same ranch they shot that at.
Yeah, I again, there's no reason it's not the same one. It just does
Oh.
not seem like, this director, he probably is not, he's probably using the same settings and
Do you think he just like
houses
lives
and
there or
shot.
just like knows a guy that like has that ranch
Yep.
there that's like, yeah, cuz Hollywood Cop was 1987, so it would kind of make sense if he just was like, "Can I shoot a couple movies here?" And then a dude's like, "Okay." And I'm going to be honest, I think the motel also there was this, they shot a scene of Samurai Cop there as well cuz they have the doors with the numbers on it like on the inside, and that made me go, "Oh, that reminds you of that scene in Samurai Cop where one of the doors had like the numbers on it, like the
Mm-hmm.
hospital." I think. Just saying, just throwing in my very
Just
cool and
saying.
epic 2 cents in there. But yeah, that's kind of all the fun stuff. Because honestly, like the criminal guys, they're like the most fun, and that's when they're like the key focus of the film is like that whole stretch. Because it isn't until once they get in, then you get introduced like to the whole family, and they're kind of lame, honestly. They're like not nearly as fun.
They're boring. It's just a dad with his son and his wife,
And
and
like
that's it.
the
That's
the
all
wife's
you need to
sister
know.
or friend or whatever. Well, no, then the doctor comes in later. He's kind of cool. I like him. He's the most red pilled and base character of the whole movie. He's like, "I will not have you insult my great marriage with my wife," and it's like,
Mm-hmm.
damn, dude, based. But yeah, we should probably move on. We should talk about the said family since they will become key to the movie in a sense.
Yeah, I guess you could say key.
Key as in Kino, because they're that good, baby. Haha.
Yes, very Kino.
We have father guy. He's like,
Yeah,
I
we
guess our
have
main
a
hero.
dad who has long hair, kind of like Samurai Cop,
Yeah.
but he doesn't speak fluent Japanese.
Lame. He
I know,
also
which is
does
very
karate, I
lame.
guess.
Yeah, he beats the shit out of a kid's dad because that dad's son
Called him a
wanted to
pussy.
beat up the other kid's, hit the main guy's son, but even he was bullying the same way. Like, yo, your son's a fucking pussy for
And it's
not
like,
fighting my awesome son. And he's like, hey, you want to go fight now? Let's go fight, bitch.
yeah, and then they beat the shit out of him. Even though, like, you think you would just handle it like an adult, he's just like, let's fight in the ring. Okay, well, actually, to be
Yeah,
fair, the
we'll fight
asshole
in the
dad
ring.
did hit him before they got in the ring. So, you know what? Never
Yep.
mind. He was right to beat the shit out of him. And then until he pulled out his Glock and fucking shot him 5 times. That was a little weird,
Yeah,
but, you know.
he pulled out the Glock and then, turned it sideways to look more gangster.
And, like, just started blasting. Pow, pow.
Exactly.
I mean, he deserved it. He did cheap shot him, so you know what? Yeah, the fucker deserved it. He deserved to die for
Yeah,
just
he
being a
took it
kind of a
personally and
dick.
he's like, all right, you're gonna play cheap? I'm gonna kill you. So it balances out.
Just a flex.
It's a huge flex.
He's just really showing off, you know. See, son, that's what you do. When someone disrespects you, you beat the shit out of it, and then you start fucking blasting.
Yep, you beat the shit out of them and then you kill them.
You know, and then make sure the son watches, you know, so he can, so he doesn't go for revenge. You know, he spreads the message. He tells the other parents what will happen. You got the son. He's kind of lame, except for when he steals the gun, which is kind of
He's a
based.
jerk. He's a bitch. Yeah, except for the gun stealing. He actually does a smart thing in one of these movies you talk about, which is shocking.
Yeah. He also goes, "Oh, my tummy hurts." I was like, "Oh my god, he's literally me." And then basically just annoys the shit out of the gunman. And you know what? That's pretty based. Annoying the shit out of a guy with a shotgun and he doesn't get fucking blasted. He's like, "Fine, you can go to your fucking mom." And the mom's a fucking bitch and didn't start fucking blasting the first chance she had the opportunity.
Which again, disgusting.
I mean, granted, she did get raped like 30 minutes earlier.
Yeah, that is fair, but
So, you know,
still, could have
trauma.
stood up for herself after. But
But to be fair, she did shoot the guy, her rapist, in the
yep,
dick. So you know what? That's
which
fine. She made up for it.
it cancels itself out.
Yeah, so she's at like a net neutral here. Like, didn't start blasting the first time, but like successfully blast them the best way possible the second time. Like she did
Hmm.
not waste the second chance.
She made it. She redeemed herself,
Yeah.
and obviously got her grapist in the dick because grape is bad.
He's like, nut shot. Then she teabagged over his corpse as naturally as you do. She 360 no scoped him. She jumped off the balcony, did a spin, shot him in the dick, and then teabag LMG style.
Mom, get the
Wow.
camera.
Wow.
Holy crap, Lois.
Holy crap, Lois. She just 360 no scoped him. You have like the aunt or the friend of the wife. I have no idea who she was supposed to be. She was kind of pointless. She was just there so she could be in a bikini and have boobs.
Yeah, no. It was the wife's sister. So, like, I guess, yeah, the kid's aunt, and the main guy's sister-in-law, and she's also like a registered nurse.
All right, because the reason why they even go there is because they need a shelter to hide out in because the dude is injured and she's like, I'm a nurse, I can help her. It reminds me of a different
But he
movie.
needs to go to a doctor. He's severely injured. We're like, fuck no, we're not going to a doctor.
Get me the most Japanese doctor you know. And it's like, I know just the guy.
Which I also looked up. He was that waiter in Samurai Cop.
Oh.
The Costa Rican waiter also plays a Japanese guy.
Pretty based.
Yeah, very diverse.
It really shows how far we've come as society. Because back then, we just had the white guys play the Mexican characters. But now we're getting
we're getting Costa Rican
Ricans
people playing
play
Japanese characters.
We're really growing as a society, I feel like. Look at how much progress we made.
In
In the 80s.
The same decade where C. Thomas Howell did blackface. We've come such a far way.
We've come so far. I'm so proud of this community, guys. That's an old meme. That's a throwback. I lost my train of thought. I was gonna say something and I forgot what it was. Oh yeah, the scene of like them getting the doctor to help out the criminals. It actually reminds me of a completely different movie you probably never heard of called Violated. I think that's what it's called.
Violated.
I think it's Violated. Here, let me whip out yield my letterbox list and let me check out. But I'm pretty sure it's called Violated. And in that film, there's it opens with these like people and they're like vacationing. Or you see these people on a boat, and then one of them gets injured. Okay, no, it's not Violated. It's called Red Midnight. But pretty much in that film, there's the doctor helps out this guy who gets hurt from this like boating accident and takes him back to the house. But he ends up in a house full of criminals who have a nuclear bomb built that they're gonna blow up because they're like terrorists, pretty much. And the guy helps them out to try to make sure that
sounds hilarious.
It's okay. It's very. The funniest thing is that there's a number of times where they talk about we should start fire because the fire safety of these wooden buildings is terrible and they're not up to code, and that's brought up like multiple times throughout the movie for some reason. And it's supposed to be like a nuclear like panic movie, but instead it sounds like someone's vendetta against like the wooden housing code or something. I don't know. It's a neat little like tidbit, and I don't know. It's interesting, I'll give it that. And but that's like really it. I wouldn't recommend it too much, but if you're intrigued, check it out. I just want to bring it up because
I already watch listed it, so
yeah, because I'm just bringing it up because when the fuck am I ever gonna actually talk about like Red Midnight like any other time, pretty much.
Fair, very fair.
Yeah, but then the rest, in Killing American Style, the rest of the movie is pretty much the family being like, we need to figure out a way to defeat these guys. We have to do what they say, but we have to like stop these criminal guys from like terrorizing the family. And then the criminal guys are like, we want to leave, but we can't leave until we get the money, and that stinks because we need to call my mom.
Because mommy is not here yet.
No, mommy needs to
or
go.
Mommy's not at the motel. There, I corrected myself.
Yeah, that's very good because our fans only want the facts. They don't want the fiction.
Yeah, facts don't care about your
Yeah,
feelings.
they don't. I should know. I was once a feeling, but then a fact it showed up and said I don't care, and it's like, oh fuck, I'm gonna become a
And then you're
fact
like,
now.
fuck me.
I'm
Damn
gonna
it.
become a fact, and then I did. I became Ben
Good.
Shapiro. We should watch one of those Ben Shapiro Daily Wire movies at some point.
Oh, we should it. We should at some point.
I mean, there's
I've
enough
had
of
one
them.
on mind, but I just haven't known when to pull the trigger yet.
Uh, eh, uh, eh. Yeah, same. I mean, we're at a point where I think there's enough of them where we have options. I don't know. Is
Yep.
that like Snow White movie they're making out yet, or is that someone
I
completely
don't
different?
know. I know that Matt Walsh has another quote unquote documentary coming out in like September
I don't feel like watching a
where
documentary.
he asks everyone if he's racist.
He shows up doing
That is
blackface. It's like, am I racist?
Am I racist? Yes.
He does it in like an offensive, so that it's like, oh boy, am I racist? Ooh. Shows up in his Ku Klux Klan robes, and then he pulls it off to reveal he's doing blackface.
Yeah, I will wait until that's on a tortilla to watch it because, yeah, you know the reason why.
I'll just wait for the official 4K to come out, and so that way I can say I own it on 4K.
Yeah, I own this Daily Wire documentary on 4K.
I really need to see the blackness on his face in the highest definition possible so I can really know. I can really make that judgment call if he's racist or not, because I don't think I can really make it if I'm not seeing it the highest quality possible. I need to see those pores on his face when he's asking the question.
Fun.
Anyway, Killing American Style.
Yeah, Killing American Style. We're at the hostage crisis.
Yeah, they have the family hostage. There's also the cop guy.
Yeah, they get the doctor there. Yeah, there's a cop guy.
He's useless. Like, he's not important, really. I'm just saying he's there.
Yeah, the cops are really not that important.
They just are there to remind us that the
Surprisingly?
cops are doing things.
Mm-hmm.
They're too busy eating Clint Howard's ice cream. Because their undercover place is out of business now. They can't, like, power anymore. And all that ice cream's going to melt, and you can't have that go to waste.
Yep.
So they're eating all that ice cream before they can go catch the bad guys. Yeah, but the doctor guy, he just shows up. There's like, you need to make a house call, and they save the guy that got shot. And he's just like, you're not going anywhere. And he's like, oh no, please let me go home to my wife and call her to let her know I am good. And he's like, no, fuck you. You are here. And other stuff. And that's really it. It's just them going like, can we leave? No. Damn. And he's like, and we need you to do something too. Go make me a sandwich. There's the grape scene, which is kind of needless. It was like kind of in bad taste, I feel like we already know they're the bad guys.
Need to be there.
Like, yeah, him getting shot in the dick when he was dying on the ground was pretty cool, but it was like,
it was worth it, but
like, yeah, it makes it great, but like the dick shot would have been cool like anyway without the scene.
I always like dick shots, no matter the context.
They're pretty epic. There needs to be more of them in movies. Unfortunately, modern day action, a dick nut shot is too lowbrow for our epic action movie. It's like, no, it's not. Your film is guaranteed better if a guy gets shot in the nuts. That's just the rule.
Exactly. But you needed the grape scene for some reason because that's what they thought was necessary.
I guess it's just, to make them more despicable, I guess.
I mean, like, we didn't already know they were despicable.
Like, I don't know. Are you sure not killing just that Gardner guy right beforehand? the biggest reveal about how terrible his character was when the dad comes back with a gun and then he sees the gardener just on the ground in the stable, even though at the beginning he told him to hide the body. So like in kind of like laziness, like that's sloth. That's a sin. That's one of the 7 deadly sins. That's how you know that guy's fucking evil. I'm also kind of let down because it looks like they're trying to set up like the whole thing for like the crew falling apart, like infighting, that was gonna like tear them apart in the end, but that never really happens. Because you got the greatest guys going like, I just want my cut, I want my money, I want out of here. And he calls like a group of guys to come. And I was ready for like a huge like firefight between like the main criminals and then these new guys showing up. But they're just like, oh hey, yo, we know you. Yeah, big chin Tony. We'll help fight the one bad guy. And then they just got blasted to death. Pow pow. Like, the best part of this film is, like, the beginning part, the ending part where, like, the climax is happening, and then, like, the middle. It's like a reverse sandwich, where instead, where, like, you're eating, you gotta deal with the two slices of bread with all the good stuff in the middle. It's just like, oh, you're eating, like a reverse hot dog, pretty much. You got your two hot dogs, and you got, like, the bun in the middle that you just gotta deal with.
That's an interesting analogy.
I don't know, I just think of the scene in Rick and Morty, you know, when they're in the simulation, and he's just like, oh, how about the dude seeing the two hot dogs with the bun in the middle? I was like, oh, geez, I don't know, Rick. I mean, I've seen people eat like that before.
Oh, I've watched like the first season of Rick and Morty, and that's about it. So
well, that's
I
in
really
the
don't
first
know much
season,
after.
so you really have no excuse.
Which I also
point.
have not seen in years. So
oh, yeah, sure, whatever. Like you didn't religiously watch the Pickle Rick episode, and you didn't just go, "I'm Pickle Rick."
I
Wubba dub dub.
That was it. I'm gonna be fair. I only knew that from the memes.
Yeah, but yes, Killing American Style. I'm gonna let you talk more about it. I feel like I've been kind of
hogging.
I've been hogging Killing American Style.
Okay, we're at the like final act, I guess you could say. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're in the final act, you know. The dad decides, oh, I'm going to become a badass and, you know, help my family, get these bad guys away from them and get them out of here so they can actually fuck off.
It's like, these guys are being real
forever.
jerks, and, yeah, I kind of want them to leave now.
Because, you know, being mean never leads you to anywhere good in life.
Nope.
So I'm just taking a look at my notes, see where, trying to get to that point. Yeah, because obviously, we forgot about, do you remember that one worker, I guess, the family had for that guy who was like, oh, my son's going to love this. And
the
then
gardener.
He gets killed. And then the kid gets taken hostage by Robert Zadar.
Yeah,
and
Fernando.
Yeah, Fernando. And they're like, hey, if the kid dies if we don't actually leave, so we're keeping him hostage. And then it obviously leads to a shootout, which again felt a lot similar to Samurai Cop, you know, with just the gunfighting and all of the shooting and then ducking for cover and then shooting and then ducking for cover and then getting back out there. But it's very patiently. It's so stupid, but it's honestly kind of funny at the same time.
Pretty silly.
But to be fair, it was much better done in Samurai Cop. No bias whatsoever.
Definitely sillier.
Oh, definitely sillier than Samurai Cop.
Yeah, it just basically evolves into just like you, me, we're fighting mano-y-mano, and maybe we'll kiss afterwards. And it's just like, well, I'm not gonna do that.
But no, that doesn't happen. But no, like all the gooners of Tony's group gets, you know, shot and killed, and eventually along the way, and you know, everyone's all fine and dandy. The dad's safe, the wife's safe, the kid's safe, everyone's safe. So, yay.
Good end. I don't know. I thought Big Chin Tony was... It's, by the way, guys, his name isn't Big Chin Tony. I've just been calling him that this whole time. I don't even remember what his name was. It was probably like John or something.
It was Tony, though, in the movie.
It was Tony in the movie?
Yep.
Oh, no, maybe it really was Big Chin Tony. And they had to cut it out.
I think they just didn't call him Big Chin. I know his name was Tony. I just don't think they said Big Chin Tony.
Well, they should have.
They should have. It would have been better.
I thought there was going to be a build-up like Big Chin Tony was going to be like get away, or he'd just be captured, because he seemed to be the one like against being like too overly violent to them. Against the family and anything. But he just gets like killed off in the end, so whatever, I guess. I mean, he just wanted to leave at some point, you know. in reality, the dad kind of started becoming a real dick when he's like, I just want to leave, okay? He's like, oh, well, no, I'm going to kill you. Haha, funny. I'm a funny guy now. I mean, how do we know that dad wasn't evil? I mean, he did beat the crap out of that one police officer who, we should note, was also black. Really setting
So
us
he
back.
committed a hate crime.
He did. He committed a really big hate crime.
Not okay. I shouldn't say not even he committed a hate crime. He also committed another crime, which was assaulting a police officer. So even
unprovoked
worse.
too, by the way. Like he attacked him first, and the cop was acting in self-defense.
The cop was just trying to do his job.
He was just helping him out with the door, and he just beat the shit out of him for no reason.
Exactly. Yep. He just used his anger to beat up the cop for no reason, and he did not get the right repercussions for it.
Yeah, honestly, bad end. What can I say?
It's very shameful.
Yeah, but oh well, what can you do? Big Chin Tony's dead. The evil dad, got to keep all the money, but then he gave it to Fernando's mom because the gardener's dead. And you're like, here you go, bitch. I don't need to employ you anymore. Here's some fucking money. You're gonna need it.
Yeah, here's some money, so fuck off.
Have fun getting fucking deported. I'm calling up my friend Donald Trump, and there he's gonna get you out of here because I have no need for you anymore.
He's my rich buddy.
I'm gonna push for him to run for president, and we're gonna do it. I know people. We're gonna rig. I know Putin. We're gonna rig the election. We're gonna get him elected. That's how the movie ends. By the way, this film's really ahead of its time. Actually,
this film was very smart. This movie was a better version of Southland Tales.
Yeah, Southland Tales. What's that? I'm only here for killing American style. Richard literally watched this movie. He's like, yeah, I'm going to steal all the ideas this film presented and make it fucking worse.
Make it so much worse.
Yeah, the deeper subtext when the Japanese doctor, he's like, I'm going to kill him Japanese style. And then the dad says, no, I'm going to kill them American style. That's not just a throwback to the title. That's a deeper representation of Americanism taking over another culture of the Japanese culture, and then making it its own through its own racial subtext. That's some deeper meaning bullshit right there.
Obviously, because America, is always number one no matter what.
Yeah, because we're the coolest because we dropped the bombs in Japan and now we own them. That's pretty much what the movie's saying, and how we use that power of influence over everyone else of our own choosing. And having Big Chin Tony
anime is what you're saying.
Pretty much, and having Big Chin Tony actually being the good guy in the end, and the dad becoming evil is like that deeper showing that just because we think we're the good people does not mean that we really are, and deep down we're actually the villains. It's interesting. This guy
is a very, this might actually be a great movie.
I think you accidentally recommended a fucking good movie, and we should disqualify you from this episode.
Damn it. Shit. I knew it.
Yeah,
I knew from the point I knew we had the Samurai Cop director back that I think I was in a little bit of trouble, but I didn't know how much trouble I was going to be in.
This is the second biggest blunder we've ever had on this podcast. The first being us deciding to watch 5 Evil Bong movies in a row. And then not actually even being done with them.
Oh, right. Because there's one more,
isn't there? There's a Gingerweed Man movie. Which I guess in a sense technically isn't really an Evil Bong movie, but it's practically might as well. I mean, the character is from the Evil Bong movie, so it's the same fucking thing. If Ouija's counts as an Evil Bong movie, then you might as well count fucking Gingerweed Man as one as well. We shouldn't end this on such a sour note. We should have ended the killing American style discussion on a high.
That would be a little different, but
my favorite part, I like the part when they're running around to lock all the doors and windows, and then Big Chin Tony just fucking breaks the window and gets through into the house that way. That was pretty funny.
That was funny.
Anyway, I've killed enough American style. How about you?
Yeah, I think I'm done killing American style. It's not as great as Samurai Cop, but I enjoyed it more than Hollywood Cop, though.
Honestly, I think this is
Personally,
my least favorite of the three, but I still had fun with it, which, like I said, way better than last episode. The fact that I enjoyed things by default makes it better than everything we've discussed last episode.
yeah, something we found that was bad, but also at least enjoyable. That's a relief.
Yeah.
Because the movies we had last time, I think we all wanted to kill ourselves.
Yeah. Yeah, it was nice to be reminded that, oh yeah, we can watch these bad movies and actually enjoy them. It's been a hot minute since I think we've really gotten to do that. Like, not since probably, like, the episode before the trilogy when we did X-Men Origins and Cool as Ice.
Cool as Ice.
Yeah, well, I mean, maybe not Cool as Ice.
Good times.
Okay, well, maybe not specifically Cool as Ice, but definitely X-Men Origins. We had fun with that.
We did have fun.
And I feel like we haven't...
the origins of Wolverine.
And I feel like we have been coming around on Clash on the College as time passes.
What are these round things on this pizza?
Oh, pepperoni. What?
Oh, I don't want that anymore.
Oh, I can't have that. Bye.
Bye.
I'm going to be too busy listening to Rush Limbaugh. No, I don't want those anymore. I'm going to be too busy listening to Rush Limbaugh.
Rush Limbaugh.
Yeah, bye. That's what the little kid should have been doing when he wanted to go visit mom. I want to listen to Rush Limbaugh. Shut up, kid. I want to listen to Rush Limbaugh. Okay, fine. You can go in the room.
Fine. Fuck it. We'll do it live.
Yeah.
Fucking thing sucks.
Anyway, I'm ready to move on to my movie.
Yeah, let's talk about your movie.
All right. I will. So, my recommendation, technically the second time I recommended it because we couldn't get the fucking DVD originally when it said it was going to fucking come. But I recommended 2024's Bigfoot Exorcist, directed by Donald Farmer. This is your first Donald Farmer film, actually. That's pretty exciting. This film is basically about these Satanists. They try to summon an Avenger, which I guess is Bigfoot.
The Satan Avengers.
Yeah, they were kind of hoping for like Iron Man or something, but they only got fucking Bigfoot, I guess.
At least Captain America. But they didn't even get him.
They're like, goddamn, we'll even take fucking Hawkeye for his long range attacks. That's like worth something. But no.
Yeah, he's at least a marksman with that bow and arrow.
But they got the Bigfoot, which is in a silly costume. And basically Bigfoot just attacks people, and then there's a nun trying to exorcise people possessed by said Bigfoot. And and then there's a guy in a cabin who also gets possessed by Bigfoot. Cole, what'd you think of Bigfoot Exorcist?
Oh my god, I was so bored with this movie.
Oh god, really?
Yeah.
You didn't clap when there was an actual fucking Bigfoot kill in the movie?
I didn't even like the Bigfoot costume. The face looked like an alien Halloween mask. Which kind of took away from the look of Bigfoot to me.
I kind of liked it because it looked like shit, but not like it was like a full circle thing where it looks so not like Bigfoot at all that it came back around for me to me liking it. It looks like they just got like an alien costume and then they stuck some like fur on it that they could get. Like they went to the store and I was like, "I'm sorry, we're all sold out of Bigfoot costumes." They're like, "Ugh, okay, fine. Let's just get this like weird alien looking thing. We'll just slap some fur on that." Which I think made it more charming than the whatever the fuck thing the DB Cooper versus Bigfoot costume was, or the Kush of Bigfoot costume, or the Bigfoot Bride's costume. I mean, Suburban Sasquatch, I mean, you can't beat that.
It's perfect.
I think I just have to accept that we're never being Suburban Sasquatch.
I don't think we're ever going to find a better Bigfoot movie than Suburban Sasquatch. I think we peaked with that way too soon.
Yeah, who would have guessed it? I mean, I'm sure if we keep hitting, we'll eventually find a Bigfoot movie that might surpass it. But for now, no.
But yeah, for now, nothing.
No, it's funny because I remember back when they were doing like ocean movies, and Shark Exorcist was one of the films there. I was like, I better not get picked because I want this to be Cole's first Donald Farmer film. I want him to go with like zero expectations. And then when it ended up being Shark Tale, I was like, oh, I don't want to do Shark Tale. Maybe we should just switch to Shark Exorcist. I was like, no, you can't fucking do that. Is it because maybe it would have been because Shark Exorcist is so much worse than this movie. I'll tell you that right now.
Oh, it's worse.
It's actively worse. I'll say that much.
Okay, because I did not have fun with this movie. So, oh god, this is gonna. So, Shark Exorcist is gonna be a shit show. Got it.
Yeah. No, if that like gives you an implication of what you're gonna, if that changed your recommendation, I understand. He also directed a film called Red Lips, which got like a Blu-ray release about like a vampire woman like hooking up with a female. It's basically just porn with plot, but it has one of the most iconic lines in cinema history, which is, I can't believe I almost fucked a fertilizer salesman. But yeah, enough about that. We gotta talk about Bigfoot Exorcist. I will admit, this is one of those movies that doesn't really have a plot, and more like they meander around until the titular conflict arises. I mean, I love that opening because, the first like minute and a half is a woman running away from Bigfoot, and then he murders the fuck out of her. Like, there's fucking blood going everywhere. She pulls out her fucking intestines and wiggles them around.
It was the best part, honestly.
I was just like, oh my god, I can't believe it. An actual fucking kill. They did it.
With very looking blood and gore effects, but
It was something. I mean, remember DB Cooper versus Bigfoot? Kills.
Yeah.
What kills? Curse of Bigfoot? What the fuck happened in that movie? I don't even remember. Bigfoot's Bride? They didn't murder anything till like the end of the movie. Suburban Sasquatch? No, they can't top that. Like, I'll say this. This is like the second best Bigfoot movie we've talked about on this podcast. And you will not change my mind.
That is not saying much, though.
It's not saying much, but it's still something. Like, at least it evoked a feeling. It
definitely is something.
I think another favorite part I like is, like, also, like, not too far into me, where there's the jogger, and there's the guys, and they're just fucking vaping. They're like, hey, lady, how about we, come with you on your, like, jog as they fucking, like, vape, like...
They are puffing clouds. And it was like, god damn.
Yeah, god damn. And she's like... the fuck you will, and just keeps running. Is like, and I laughed out loud when that happened.
It was kind of funny.
It was pretty silly. Honestly, I was expecting this was gonna lead to a great, but it didn't. So you know what? He held back. Donald Favre did not go the route of graping like Amir did in Killing American Style. So that's a point for him. There was no pointless
graping equals positive.
Yeah, that's a plus.
Which obviously should be, because it is bad. It is very bad.
Graping is bad, folks. Do not do it. We do not condone graping.
We will kill you if you do.
We will fucking kill you. We will get Bigfoot to kill you too, double kill you, so you're double dead. So even if you came back to life, you're still gonna be dead because you were killed twice.
Mm-hmm.
But they summon, there's like, also the line where he goes like, Satan, send us an avenger. That's also from Shark Exorcist. Because that's in the opening of Shark Exorcist. Only in that one, it's a nun. She kills a woman, dumps her in a lake, and goes, Lord Satan, send me and hear my plea. Send me an avenger. And that's how the shark gets summoned, pretty much.
Interesting.
Only this time in Bigfoot Exorcist, it's a bunch of monk-looking dudes.
Got it.
And the nun is the good person, pretty much. Like, they send the nun, because there's these girls, they're like the millennial girls, and they're just like, oh my god, let's go out camping.
Vegan. Hot dogs.
Hot lesbianism. Let's kiss with our marshmallows. Mmm.
Sticky.
Yeah, sticky. So sticky.
Uh-oh, sticky.
Sticky. Uh-oh, sticky.
Sticky.
Oh, sticky poopy.
Buddy.
Yeah, but they're like, do you hear that chanting? And then they just stumble upon the Bigfoot that kills one of them.
Yep.
which leads to our nuns being like, yeah, there's this bitch. She's complaining about being possessed, and we know you did a thing, an exorcism once.
We know you did one once, like years ago,
So can
but
you
you
like do
know,
something about this? Because this bitch is being fucking whiny about it. A
she's being
Bigfoot demon
annoying
killed
about it.
us.
She's being such a prude.
Yeah, but she meets up at her graveyard. It's like, here, just wear this fucking cross or whatever, and then you'll be fine. Which leads them to
Mm-hmm.
encountering to like the guy who is the original guy who's possessed by Bigfoot, and they perform an exorcist that has not been. This has not been approved by the Vatican, and basically tries to perform an exorcism to cleanse the guy of Bigfoot, but she kills the nun's assistant, which leads her getting kicked out of the church. She's like, you performed an exorcism that wasn't approved by the Vatican. So you need, which lead to the death of our sister. So you need to leave. And she's like, you know what? Fuck you. And she flips off the head nun and fucking leaves. Which is like, yeah, you go, girl.
Girl boss.
Oh, we have to also talk about the pointless side plot of the guy that goes camping with his girlfriend wife, I guess.
Yeah, girlfriend, I guess.
Wait a minute, complete side note, but wasn't there implied graping in Suburban Sasquatch? Because, like, Sasquatch had that, like, cave that had that one woman in it that they freed her from. Because Sasquatch was trying to have, like, a kid or something. Wasn't that in that movie? Was that in Suburban Sasquatch?
Maybe.
Like, they go into the cave, and then there's the woman in the cave that's, like, chained up. Like, she gets captured. Like, we see her get captured at the beginning of the movie, and then she's found there. I think that happens in the movie. I think that the implication that, which is technically connects to Bigfoot's bride, because that's what Bigfoot was doing in his movie, in that movie. These Bigfoot movies are horny as fuck. Holy shit! Now that I'm thinking about it,
Honestly, I appreciate the horniness.
you're the only one that isn't.
It's it at least gives me something.
I mean, if we're ranking these films by horniness, it's Curse of Bigfoot's the bottom. Then I'd probably say Suburban Sasquatch because it's just the one scene with the cave. Then next, I would say the third would probably be, I guess, Bigfoot's Bride, I guess? I mean, he's pretty horny throughout the movie. But then I'd say Bigfoot Exorcist because it has the birth scene at the end. Mm-hmm. And then number one was naturally going to be D.B. Cooper versus Bigfoot because, like, it was directed by David Dakota. How was that not going to win?
Yeah, that is true.
But yeah, there's a guy. He goes to the mountain, to the cabin. He goes up to the mountains with his girlfriend / lover to the cabin, and she's not gonna fuck camping. Where he ends up meeting up with this lady who is technically like a reporter in Shark Exorcist, and I don't know if that carried over into this movie. I don't know if it's like connected universe or anything, but I'm pretty sure she was in Shark Exorcist. And she's like super horny. He's like, hey, yeah, let's we should hunt down Bigfoot or something. And pretty much he ends up getting possessed by Bigfoot, like next pretty much. And yeah, he just gets possessed by Bigfoot, and then the nun frees him from the possession, only for a second Bigfoot to appear out of nowhere and then kill that nun. I don't know. I mean, this film's only 70 minutes long, so there isn't really too much that happens. Like, I think the best stuff is all the nun stuff and the unrelated Bigfoot things. And kind of the focus on this one guy going on vacation and eventually getting possessed by Bigfoot is kind of pointless. Well, no, they do encounter my favorite random minor character, which is the monk guy with the axe for some reason. Like, you'd think he'd have, like, a Richler dagger, but no, this guy just has a fucking axe and he's fighting them with it.
He's funny.
Yeah, he's a neat little guy. I like him. Because, you know, he had the
He's
axe.
a neat little guy.
I was like, yeah, you have an axe. It's pretty cool. But yeah, the whole movie after that is just basically, oh, here's this guy wandering around. He gets possessed by Bigfoot. And then the nun, our favorite nun character, the nun's the best character in the movie, pretty much. She is on a mission. She's going to fucking defeat Bigfoot. She flips off Nun, the Mother Superior, for kicking her out of the church. Very epic. She succeeds. She fucking Jesuses the Bigfoot out of the guy. And it succeeds. But unfortunately, she gets jumped by the second Bigfoot, which was the big plot twist of the movie. There's the second one, and then that one kills. That one ends up killing the nun, unfortunately. And then you don't think that's gonna get topped until the ending sequence where that girlfriend we talked about. Well, turns out because she had sex with a guy while he was possessed by Bigfoot, she gives birth to a Bigfoot baby. Or at
Yeah,
least
that was something.
that was definitely that was like a multiple minute scene. That was Donald Farmer's pleasure horny moment of the movie, pretty much. Which pretty self-contained because he has more of them in Shark Exorcist. Shark
Oh,
Exorcist
great.
is very blatantly feels like a Donald Farmer movie for him type movie. I feel like he really held back on this one, on Bigfoot Exorcist. So I applaud the
Okay.
self-restraint that he had in this one. Kind of similar to
Okay, that's
Things.
interesting.
Like very similar to Things, because in Things the dude had his wife like give birth to all those creatures, so it's kind of like that really. So maybe this
Hmm.
film's a prequel to Things, because that happens at a cab, takes place in the cabin in the middle of the woods too. So maybe it's all connected. Nefarious Reels verse.
Interesting. Wow.
Do you have any? What do you have? Let's hear your thoughts on. Because I think
Oh
I kind of went over
God.
the main points of the movie.
Let's see. I was bored as shit. I mean, there was like random funny things. Thankfully, it was only 70 minutes long. I think I would have actually thought it was legitimate torture if it went past the 70-minute mark. But no, it's just once the credits. Okay, it's not even like 70 minutes. It's like 63, but then you got like 7 minutes of credits and it's got death metal music playing, so
Well,
it
it's
made
not
it at
7 minutes of credits. It's like 4 minutes, and then there's 3 minutes of
bearable.
these joke interviews about people talking about if Bigfoot's real or not.
Yeah.
And I thought it was leading to a scene in the report where Bigfoot would just attack the reporter, and then it would cut to black, but it didn't, which was like a real
Nope.
letdown. Like in the end credits of Super 8.
Oh God. Oh, does that? It's been so long since I've seen Super 8, so I
Okay,
remember nothing
because
about
the
that.
end credits of Super 8 is the short film that they shot, that the kids
Mm-hmm.
were shooting that whole time. And then there's that scene with the kid. The director's like, "Oh, I'm the director of the movie." And then while he's talking, the zombie girl attacks him.
Okay.
Like right at the end. That's like the end scene of that, pretty much.
Okay.
Spoiler alerts for Super 8, by the way. I mean, we've been spoiling a ton of movies this episode, so it's not really that big of a deal.
Yeah, we're just nonchalantly doing it at this point.
Yeah. But yeah, keep going. Keep giving your thoughts on Bigfoot Exorcist.
Mm. God, what else have we not talked about that I have in my notes? I mean, again, another dumb piece of shit Bigfoot movie. Like I said before in my review, that we kind of peaked with Suburban Sasquatch, and we have not struck that another gold mine since. But
I know. I can appreciate the gore. I can appreciate there's more killings in this that we actually get to see.
the Bigfoot face is pretty funny.
Yeah, the costume's pretty silly. If I had to ranking the costumes, number 5 is Curse the Bigfoot, because that was not a fucking Bigfoot, that was a mummy. They said it was a fucking mummy. Stop trying to fake this shit out. Number 4 is going to be DB Cooper versus the Bigfoot one, because that was the most like store-bought costume I've ever felt.
Yep.
Number 3, I'm going to give to Bigfoot's Bride, because it looks like they just bought a random mask at a Halloween store, and then they found some fur coats from a thrift store. Number 2 is Bigfoot Exorcist, because I felt like they just bought a completely different costume and just glued on a bunch of like fake fur on it. It kind of made him look like a baby Bigfoot, really. Like all the fur hasn't grown in yet, so he's still like fresh skin and everything.
Yeah.
And then number 1 is going to be Suburban Sasquatch, because the fucking nips on that bad boy. Holy shit.
The titties on it.
The
Fuck.
big old titums. It's been a while since we've done that. Like, I can't believe we went that long in this episode talking about all the Bigfoot movies and haven't done that.
Feels so good to go back to that.
Just
Satisfying.
remember the good old days, like the early days. We were like so happy, full of hopes and dreams. That was
Just talk about our favorite bad
having
movies.
fun, being like, wow, that sure was awful. That was before the dark times. That was before all the Evil Bong sequels.
At least the after movies had some quality to them.
Yeah. Fucking Trevor! I mean, we basically made our own fan fiction with that. We made fan fiction of fan fiction in that discussion.
I love that.
Well, we need to bring back Jules for the 365 Days trilogy, and
Oh
we'll
God.
see if that breaks him.
Oh God.
Jules was a little too happy that episode. We need to bring him back to Earth in our next time we get him to appear.
So genuine torture is what you're saying.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah, we need to bring back all the guests who had too much fun, and we need to knock them down a couple pegs. So that's Leo, that's like Robert, Luca, yeah, like all of those. Tom can get a pass because yeah, he loves Showgirls, but he fucking had to also watch Swept Away, so he's like net neutral.
Oh God, Swept Away. Ugh.
Yeah, so he's at like a net neutral, so he can get a pass. But like all those other fuckers, I said no, we're gonna fucking destroy them. But I don't know.
Bury them in the ground.
Yeah, we gotta put them in their fucking place. What, you think watching bad movies is fucking fun? No, you gotta go through the fucking shit we've been through, motherfucker.
You gotta be in our shoes.
Yeah, you gotta really feel like a Nefarious Reels host.
Exactly.
But I don't know. It sounds like you don't really have much else left to add for Bigfoot Exorcist.
I really don't, because I don't think there's much to add.
Yeah, there isn't. Yeah, there really isn't. Kind of what I went over is kind of really everything at that point. I do think Bigfoot Exorcist does have some actual charm to it. So I can appreciate it for being the second best Bigfoot movie. Which I know technically isn't saying much, but it's at least something. Like, at least there are things I actually enjoyed in this movie. Unlike the other, like, fucking 3 other Bigfoot movies that we have, like, nothing good really to say about it.
Mm-hmm. All right, so now we're done with the movies, and let's pick what the best of the 2 was. So, all right, Ninja Jedi, we've been all waiting for this. What's your favorite of the 2 movies we talked about?
All right. Well, I mentioned that with Killing American Style is my least favorite of the 3 Amir films that we've seen. And while I did say Bigfoot Exorcist is the second best Bigfoot movie I've seen, I both got entertainment from them. I mean, I think Killing American Style has really strong beginning to end, but a really weak middle. While Bigfoot Exorcist never hits those highs, I think throughout the movie, there's little nuggets of entertainment throughout. But I think overall, I'm going to give it to Killing American Style. I think the highs that had at that beginning and ending point are just too much for Bigfoot Exorcist to beat out with its little nuggets throughout the movie. Mm-hmm. Even if the middle is kind of tedious.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to go Killing American Style.
God.
It doesn't obviously have the same charm as Samurai Cop, but, you know, I had fun. I thought it was goofy enough. I had fun with it, so... And as long as I have fun, that's good with me.
Yeah, that's all that really matters in the end.
That's all the friends we made along the way.
God damn, man. That's another dub for you.
Let's go.
Yeah, you won with Ed. You won with X-Men Origins. You fucking won with Killing American Style. You're like 3 for 3 right now with these like regular episodes. I'm not going to count the trilogy episodes because that don't really count to your overall score, but technically you would have won that too. But you were technically at an unfair advantage. You had 2 movies. I only had like 1.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess. But there we go. Congrats. Okay. Killing American Style, you won. Technically, Killing American Style redeemed itself because Hollywood Cop didn't win when it was recommended, but this one managed to get it.
Yeah. Way to go, director Amir Shervan.
You finally got one. Congratulations.
You did it.
You did it.
You're 1 for 2.
Crazy son of a bitch. But now we can move on to questions. I'm hijacking it once again for me.
Yep,
remember,
on to questions.
If you
so again,
have questions,
don't forget to leave them in the comments or something.
Yeah, remember to ask them, because if you don't, how the
Yeah.
fuck are we gonna answer them, you idiot? Stop asking these questions to yourself and tell them to us.
Yeah, let the questions you have in your mind be spewed out into the comments section for us.
Yes. So we're gonna start with Robert, which is a favorite creepypasta slash internet horror story. Because he's been watching the Creepcast, which is based, because I too have been watching the Creepcast.
I've actually not been watching Creepcast, but I've been meaning to. So,
I'd recommend it. I'd say skip the stairs in the woods episode, not because it's bad, but that one's they just talk about the story itself. So if you haven't read it, you're gonna be a little lost. It's like after
okay.
that episode, that's when they actually like read the stories and stuff, so you can kind of follow along with them. It's kind of like an
Yeah.
audiobook, but with their commentary, and that's pretty fun. It's like, don't
Okay.
watch Stairs in the Woods until you read that one, and then you can go that
Stairs in
one.
the woods.
The
Got
Stairs
it.
in the Woods creepypasta. That one's really good. Also, there's an episode 02 that's on the Papa Meat channel where they go over Ted the Caver. They do that story, which is
Yep.
kind of like the pilot episode. So you can check that one out too.
Okay.
So I think, I don't want to. I'm just gonna list a couple of the stories that Creepcasts have covered. I think my favorite episodes, stories from the Creepcast, I'm just gonna list them, is from ranking them, like my favorite one is Baraska. That one's fucking great. Can't say anything about that. You have to just experience it. The left right game is, I think, also really great. Pen
Okay.
Pal, also that's a great one too. That one's gonna hit you in the feels, I feel like. I'm in the minority, it seems, with this one in the Creepcast community, but I thought the Pancake Family was fucking like bone chilling in my opinion. Psychosis is also a
Hmm.
great one, and Feed the Pig was amazing as well. Those are like all the ones I have like that I say are like S tier. Verdict's out for me on Stolen Tongues. I haven't seen that episode yet because it's like 4 hours long, so I need like the right day to watch that one.
Yeah. Okay.
But those are all like my Creepcast centric ones. How about you? Any creepypasta slash internet horror stories that you like?
I mean, I think honestly, if we're gonna talk about creepypastas, we gotta obviously mention Slender Man. I feel like that's always kind of an iconic one.
Yeah, that's like, it's that one's good because they made a movie out of it, and if they make a movie out of it,
They
it's
did.
good. We talked about it.
Obviously, we did with Joey King.
Yeah, she says the line. It's like a computer virus, but instead of your hard drive, it's your brain.
Let me think. Trying to think of some. I don't really get into like the internet horror realm too much.
Like, were you
Like,
never
I'll
like
listen to maybe some here and there, but
were you never into it like as a teenager or anything?
not really. I know, kind of surprising, but I just didn't really get into that too much. But I mean, there's obviously the ones I've heard about, like the Russian sleep experiments, which always seem to kind of
Well,
unsettle me a lot.
they covered that one in Creepcast too.
I'm just trying to think of like other ones that are in media and all that. Like those kind of
Jeff the Killer.
bone chilling fan theories. Oh my god! Every time I hear that name, I see the face and I get like I can't sleep.
Well,
I hate that face so fucking much. If you send that in the group chat, I'm going to kill you.
well, I wasn't planning on it, but now I'm thinking
thank
about
God.
it.
If you do, I actually might try and
I'll
find
send you the e-boy version. Like, unfortunately, Jeff the Killer has been around long enough to get like the amount of like
No.
girls thirsty for Jeff the
No.
Killer is like really weird.
Okay, honestly, the fact that there's so many girls and women that are like thirsting over serial killers in general also is also weird.
Yeah, but like Jeff the Killer is like the most silliest one. Like I like at one point I wonder if Jeff the Killer has like a book like of like the person who wrote that like try to publish it. And then I found a fucking like a published Jeff the Killer fan fiction.
What the
And
fuck?
I'm like, a part of me wants to buy it, like just to
Oh
like to
God.
have and like to like figure what the fuck that shit is.
Yeah, I saw they talked about him too on
Yeah,
Creepcast.
that's like the
So
second episode on the thing. That's a really funny episode. If you want to have a big laugh, watch that one because the story is fucking awful. You'll only find it scary when you're like 13 and you haven't read anything like it before.
got it.
I guess non creepcast wise, like I don't remember the
Yeah.
title of
Let
this
me see.
story, but I
Mm-hmm.
remember like it creeping me out like a lot. Like I don't remember the title, but like in the story, it was about like a guy who gets like killed. Like he gets killed in a drive by, and he's like a ghost
Oh.
now, and he like finds the person who like killed him, and he basically
Mm-hmm.
just haunts him, and that's like the whole story is about him like haunting this guy,
Shit.
and like in revenge, pretty much.
Okay.
I guess another like infamous story is Cupcakes, which like I remember not even liking when I read it back then. It's basically just torture porn pretty much. And the whole thing is based off it's a fucking My Little Pony creepypasta. And
What?
basically it's basically about the character like Pinkie Pie and like the theory that
Mm-hmm.
Pinkie Pie is secretly crazy. And the story she drugs, I think Twilight I think no, it might have
Okay.
been Rainbow Dash. I don't know, but basically the story is basically like she like drugs like Rainbow Dash and like chains her into the basement and basically slowly tortures her by like mutilating and like chopping her up and shit like that, like a slow torture to bake into her cupcakes, pretty much.
Cool.
Like 95% of the story is literally just slowly torturing the fuck out of fucking Rainbow Dash. I guess.
No, I was. Oh, okay.
Oh
Yeah,
no
you
no no!
finish
You
your thing.
you say your thing because I just got one last actual good horror thing that I want to recommend.
I just reminded myself of this one that I totally forgot about, but Candle Cove.
Oh yeah, that one's
I'm not sure if you heard of
iconic.
that one, but
Oh, I remember reading
yeah,
that one.
that one I was like, oh, this is
Yeah, I know that actually got adapted into a season of a TV show. Like a creepy. They like. I guess they did like a couple seasons. I think it's called Channel
yes,
Zero.
the story was a yeah, Channel Zero.
Yeah, I've been meaning to check that out. I know some people said they didn't do the Candle Cove one very good, but I'm still intrigued to kind of like check it out. I know there's like a couple like spin-off stories. I think I don't know if they're made by the same guy or is made by other people, but that I also thought was interesting. But I know there's like horror ARG stuff like on YouTube that you can check out. And
Yep.
there is one that I'm super into. Unfortunately, he hasn't uploaded in like a super long time. It's called White Stag Education, which is kind of about like the forest in like the New Jersey, like the I don't remember what it's called, but it's like the national park in New Jersey, and kind of about like the weird ritual stuff that happens in it. And I really really like it. I think it's great. I think it's my favorite ARG, and I'd highly recommend it. In fact, I'm
Hmm.
going to shoot you a link to the channel so you can check it out on your own time.
Fun.
I just gotta pop it open, baby. Yep, hopefully we'll get a new episode soon, but it's been apparently 7 months, so since they made it last in an update, so my guess is probably not. But yeah, do you have any more to kind of recommend? Spooky, scary online stuff?
Eh, not really.
Oh, but the one last thing is the scariest two-sentence horror story I have ever read. It's just like, I was going under for my surgery in the anesthetic, but before I passed out, I heard the doctor say, "Send him to the penis explosion chamber." Uh, but with that, we can move on to our last question from our good boy Mattias, which is favorite stop motion projects. Okay, first I'm gonna hit out of left field. Probably what is probably what was one of the funniest show series ever, which led to probably one of the best finales to a YouTube series I've ever seen. Clay World, with a K.
Clay World.
That is like classic underrated YouTube. I feel like.
Huh. Never heard of it.
Yeah, Clay World with a K. Check it out. That's like some great stuff. His later stuff is a little weirder because that's when you can feel that he's just fucking sick of it and he's just doing it because that's what everyone wants him to do.
Okay.
But then he has like Clay World, Our World Now. No, not it's like All Gone. Like the series finale is like so fucking good. It's like really funny. It's a great send off, and it has actually some like great like deeper themes actually in it about kind of like coming to terms with your work and stuff and like moving on
Okay.
from what you have. It's like actually like great. I
Yeah.
highly recommend checking that stuff out. It's like it's funny. The early stuff is stupid, but it's funny. It's charming. There's just so much to it. Like apparently the guy that made it, like Robert Knox, I guess apparently he's like a piece of shit. But like the Clay World stuff's like so fucking great. And he even made a Clay World movie, Clay World Off the Table. I need to check that out. How about
All
you? How
right.
about your stop motion projects?
Stop motion. The first one that comes to mind that I probably watched about a month ago at this point, Anomalisa. Finally got to that.
I need to watch Anomalisa.
Amazing,
I,
amazing movie. Charlie Kaufman, you're amazing. You've helped me through depression sometimes.
Okay,
So,
but like on the Charlie
yes, I'm a little
Kaufman
biased.
downer scale from like fucking uh what is it? And I'm thinking of ending things to like fucking her. Like what level of downer are we talking about?
Eh, Probably more towards her, where it's not like too dour, but it's still got the
Like is it
Kaufmanisms
like
to
there's
it.
a level of like it's kind of down but there's like some hope in it to like you're gonna fucking die alone of like I'm thinking of ending things like where are we at on this?
Yeah, there's more hope to it than I'm thinking of ending things.
All right. That's
Because the
nice.
whole movie kind of ends where I don't know if I don't know if I'm getting too spoilery, but it's just kind of like we met, but then it wasn't the best circumstances. Hopefully we can figure things out later on and go from there.
So kind of like the Spotless Mind.
Eternal
Yeah,
Sunshine, yes.
Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. Kind of like that. I know some people interpret the ending as more like a darker, sadder than it is, but I feel like you can also interpret it to a more positive one. So yeah, that I can appreciate that. Yeah, maybe that motivates me to watch it a little more because it was just a super downer. Like I'm thinking of ending things. I probably would not feel as inclined. I think one kind of a classic, but naturally, The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Oh, of
That
course.
one's
I mean,
naturally a banger.
yep, banger, great songs, great
Coraline, that's
characters,
another
great
one.
theme and tone. Wait, did you say Coraline? I was
Yeah,
about to say that
Coraline,
one.
that one's pretty good. Sorry if I stole your
Yep.
answer there.
Yeah, we can share that.
Yeah, we can share that one.
Yeah, Coraline's a great movie.
I'm gonna give an honorable mention to Paranorman. I haven't seen. I remember liking it when it came out, and I saw it as a
I have
teen.
never seen
But I
Paranorman.
haven't seen it like in a long while, so I don't want to go like, "Oh, this is great," and then if I watch it, go,
This
"Oh,
is
wait,
a
no, this is
underrated
shit,"
gem.
and then I watch it, go like, "Oh, no, this is shit." So I'm gonna.
Wow, this was even worse than I remember as a kid. Man, I was a dumb kid.
I was a dumb, stupid fuck.
I was a fucking stupid child.
I don't know. I was still pretty. I was round the money when I watched, preferring Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory over Charlie and the Chocolate Factory as a kid.
Okay,
So I had some
that's
level of
pretty
taste at the very
good.
least.
At least you had, yes, exactly. You had some taste.
Uh, I have another one in mind, but I want you to say one. I don't want to hog this question.
Okay. Yeah, Coraline. Just gonna take a look quick. See if there's any of. Ooh, Mary and Max. There we
Oh
go.
yeah, that's very
one.
good.
That is a good one. And that director, he's got a new movie coming out sometime this year, hopefully. Memoirs of a Snail, which I'm very excited for.
Oh, I should add that to my watch list. I'm a fan of snails, so that sounds right up my alley.
Yeah.
Finally, a
Snails.
movie about snails. I'm surprised you didn't say
Gotta love
Wallace
it.
and Gromit.
Uh,
Yeah,
that's a great one.
yeah. I know they got that short, that new short coming out. That's pretty cool.
Yes.
Also, I love that iconic meme where he's just like, "We forgot the crack, Gromit."
Gromit, we forgot the crack.
Oh, that's iconic. I guess on a Chicken Run, I want to watch that. I've watched it so
Chicken
long ago,
Run,
I
yep.
barely remember it.
Yeah, I forgot to rewatch that for the new one that's out on Netflix, but I definitely want to at least check it out sometime because I still have not seen that movie since I was a kid. So
I want to check out Mad God too. I'm really interested to check that out.
Mad God has been on my watch list for a while. Never got around to it yet. GD Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. Have you seen that one?
Pinocchio. Yeah, I saw
Yeah,
that one. It's all right.
P.
I
Okay,
wasn't the
good.
biggest fan of it, but it's still pretty good.
It was the best Pinocchio movie to come out in 2022 out of the three.
Yeah, it's true. I think another honorable mention was the Pied Piper. I know Maddie saw it and he liked it a lot, and I own the Blu-ray for it. But I was like, I'll watch it
Piper.
eventually.
Okay.
But I don't
Mm-hmm.
know, since I got that new shelf and now all my movies are out in the open and are just crammed in a box that I'd have to dig through, it makes it
Yep.
kind of easier just to go, oh, maybe I kind of want to watch a movie, and I just go over to the shelf and pull it out, and then I can put it on. And
Yep.
it's only like 40 minutes, so I really have no excuse not to check it out. So who knows? Maybe I'll check it
Mm-hmm.
out like when I have more time. Not tomorrow. I'm gonna watch
Okay.
Joker tomorrow with my sister because Joker
Ah,
2
I'm
is,
the Joker, baby.
yeah, Joker 2 comes out like what, in September?
October.
October. I thought it was September. Yeah, I need to watch Joker. So because my sister said she'd watch Joker 2 with me in theaters, probably because I saw Wolverine versus
Oh, okay.
the Deadpool and Wolverine movie with her at theaters. So she said she'd watch Joker 2 with me. So I'm like, oh, rewatch Joker, see where my feelings are at it. I gave it a 7. I'm interested to see if I'm gonna give it maybe the same score or lower.
Yeah, I will definitely be interested because I was like very high on it when I first saw it. It was like I think I had it like an 8 at first and then a 9. But then over time I'm like, okay, maybe it's more like a 7 actually, and it's just more of Joaquin. I think it was the Joaquin effect where his performance just kind of
Like
carried the
carried the
movie for
movie.
me and masked some of its flaws.
Yeah, I'm gonna rewatch it. I mean,
Yeah,
I got
that
the
could definitely be
4K of
it.
it for like $5 because it was on sale during Best Friday's
Oh,
Black
that's
Friday. Back when
awesome.
Best Buy was cool and they sold physical movies.
Yeah, and now they're pussies.
Yeah, they just sold boring computer crap. Like, lame. Get out of here.
Lame.
Lame. Yeah, fucking stop motion projects. Anything else?
Isle of Dogs.
Ooh, yeah, Isle Dogs. Ooh, Fantastic Mr. Fox 2 while we're talking. Just both Wes
Yes, if we're
Andersons.
talking Wes Anderson, we gotta bring that one up too.
Both of them great. I'm surprised Criterion hasn't released fucking Isle of
Yeah, they don't
Dogs
have
on
Isle
it.
of Dogs yet on there. They have like almost all of his other movies besides Asteroid City.
French
Um,
Dispatch and Isle of Dogs.
yeah,
I don't know. Maybe they broke up or something.
I don't know, maybe.
Wes Anderson, sorry, Criterion. I can't date you anymore. You're not asymmetrical. You're not symmetrical enough for me. No, I can
Yeah,
change, Wes. I can change. It's over. It's over, Criterion.
Tessa.
Tessa. Tessa Anderson. I think that covers our basis for that as well.
Yeah, I think we covered enough.
Yeah, let's wrap it up, baby.
All right, now on. After that, we're on to recommendations, and obviously, I had the retro pick. So, what is your retro pick for the next episode, Ninja?
All right, so I've kind of been struggling to figure out which one to do. I actually kind of a couple days
Okay.
ago I figured out which one I was going to be. I referred back to that list I talked about, that list I made forever ago. I referred back to that. I saw this. We both have it watch listed. And I was like, you know
Okay.
what? This is like a staple. This is like people I know that refer to this as like one of the necessary bad movies you need to see. So I'm finally going to recommend it. I own it on Blu-ray. So we're going to do
Ooh.
1982's Dunyan Kurterin Adam, aka The Man Who Saved the World, aka Turkish
Turkish Star
Wars.
Wars.
Yep, Turkish Star Wars, baby.
Hell yeah.
We both have it watch listed. Some people rank it low, some people rank it high. We were finally gonna get to watch it. It's only an hour and a half.
Thankfully.
I get to brag about owning it on Blu-ray. You know,
yeah, you get to brag about it there.
You know, we got all this cool stuff, and I'm pretty hyped for it. You know, it's like I've been sitting on it. We both have it watch listed. You know, it's pretty exciting. We're finally gonna do it. Also, it means I don't have to buy my own copy, so that's also a plus.
Yep. All right, now it's on to me, and this is a movie that I have seen and you have watch listed. I double checked.
Ooh.
And I literally just checked now. So I guess you could say this is this certain actor within the Twilight Saga's breakout lead role.
Okay, I think I know what it is. I guess you could say.
Yeah, this is not the vampire. We're going with the werewolf, Mr. Taylor Lautner himself, and it's gonna be 2011's Abduction.
Abduction. I have that on Blu-ray as well. I don't have to buy anything for this episode. Very hype.
I have the Blu-ray myself, so...
Oh, we're both pretty based.
Yep. Yeah, so if you don't want to be spoiled for The Man Who Saved the World or Abduction, watch them before the next episode. And, you know, again, we said it before, but hey, maybe send us a few questions. I don't know.
Or maybe like the video.
Not promising. Yeah, like the video.
Maybe some liking or subscribing.
Yeah.
I mean, we literally made this episode, and you watched it up to here. I mean, it's the least you can do.
You can help us out.
Yeah, you know, you don't have to be that guy. You don't have to... But, you know, you all have a good day and a happy Morbius.
Happy Morbius. Happy
Bigfoot. Happy Bigfoot Exorcist. Bigfoot. Happy killing Japanese
happy killing
style.
American style.
Happy Big Chin Tony.
Eggs.
Bye-bye. Oh, nope, still happy. Okay.
Bye. Happy bye.
Happy bye-bye. Bye-bye.